Hi, I'm Zach. In this video, I'm going to make a dream board. And then after I make it, I'm going to talk about it at the end. Here we are. Here's my dream board for the next 5 years. So what a dream board is, just to explain real fast, is basically you imagine where you want to be at in the future, what you want to accomplish, and what you want to do with your life. And it's best to do this with a specific date or time. So for me, this is 5 years. Usually I've always done 1 year dream board. So I would imagine where I want to be at in 1 year. But I've found through the years that I mean, for one, it's better to plan longer and think longer into the future. It doesn't make you as stressed out about achieving so much within a year, but also doesn't make you as like invested in winning and the outcomes of things. You start to become more involved in the process and thinking about the process rather than achieving things, which is a great thing. I mean, it helps with your mood, it helps with your productivity and everything. Also, so dream boards, basically what you're going to want to do is think, what do you want to have in 5 years? Where do you want to be at in life? What do you want to accomplish? And it's better to write down the things you have to do rather than the actual things. For example, I want 10,000 YouTube subscribers. I wrote that down on a past dream board, but really that's not specific enough. And what the dream board does, at least for me, is whenever you hang it up where you're working, and then you look up at it subconsciously in certain things, it kind of motivates you and it helps you realize what you should be focusing on during the day. So if you just look up and see 10,000 YouTube subscribers, it doesn't really give you a specific thing to be working on. But if you think about what you have to do to get 10,000 YouTube subscribers, that would be maybe getting better at creating YouTube videos or getting better at the stuff you create for YouTube videos. If it's music, get better at writing music. How do you do that? You write, you create as much as possible. So I wrote down 3 videos a week, improve storytelling and ideas. So that's on my dream board, is for the next 5 years, upload at least 3 videos a week and try to improve every single time. Specifically on my storytelling and the video ideas. That's what I want to be improving on. Of course, video editing and how I present it, but mainly what I think I could improve on and just get better at, and what's going to help this channel grow to 10,000 subscribers or whatever number, is just consistently continuing to create three videos a week, but consistently getting better at my storytelling and my video ideas. So another thing I have is upload/write 120 new songs. So within 5 years from now, by 2030, I plan on having 120 new songs. And it sounds like a lot, but I already know how much I write. I already write daily. And usually on average, I'm easily writing like 2 or 3 songs a week, which is more than 120 songs in 5 years. But just by doing 120 songs in 5 years, that's like 2 new songs a month. That's super easy for me. And I'm already writing a lot. And I already plan on uploading pretty much all the songs I write. And they're not all going to be good. But whenever I keep writing, eventually a good one comes up. It's like there's always a song that seems to be better than the other ones if I continue to just write and write and write. And so I know if I get better at that, get better at music, that's also going to help me reach the 10,000 subscribers, which I don't have written down on here, but that's something I would have written down in the past. But obviously, like I said, it's better to write down the specific things you can do rather than what you want to have. It's better to write down what you need to do to get what you want to have. So after saying that, it is kind of silly. I just wrote down save 20K. You see, it kind of goes against what I just said, because what I'm saying is, what I should have written down is how am I going to save 20K. But I already know how I plan on doing that, and there's no reason to write that down. Keeping my full-time job and keeping my day job and just working and working and working. And then all the money that I make on the side from music, from patrons, from gigs, from shows, donations, I'm going to save or invest, because I also put down invest 10K into business, mostly like marketing and stuff. So over the course of 5 years, I plan on saving 20K and investing 10K. And looking at these, I put this on here because it will help motivate me, especially on days when I'm working and I say I have to go to my day job and I'm working and it's like, I really want to stay here in my office and keep working on this. But then if I look up at that, it says save $20,000. I know that it's very likely the only way I'm going to be able to save $20,000 and be able to invest another $10,000 in the next 5 years is if I stay at my day job and I work maybe even some overtime there just so I can make extra money. Or if I stay at my day job, but also I invest in finding paid gigs whenever I'm not working at my day job. So on my time off, I'm still making extra money, and then all that extra money will go towards this. So it helps me stay motivated and stay at my job and realize that, I'm trying to save $20,000 in the next 5 years. So I shouldn't be buying anything or spending any extra money. I should be staying at a day job, working, paying my bills, but then all my extra money should go to this. And so I said not to write down something like, I want this, write down how you're going to get it. But since I already have a bunch of stuff written down here on how I'm going to get $20,000, I figured it was important that I put save $20,000 in this context. So sometimes you can write down like literal things, but I think it's important to put down how I'm going to save $20,000 in these other bubbles. So for example, right here, it says sell 1,000 CDs. So I say sell, I should have said get 1,000 donations for CDs, but it was just easier and shorter to write that. But I'm saying donations just because of taxes and legal reasons. It's easier to ask for a donation and then give someone a CD rather than be selling them, especially if I'm on the street, because I'm pretty sure I'll need a license to be selling products on the streets. But if I'm just street performing out there and then someone walks by and I say, hey, $20 donation for a CD, then that works. But basically, 1,000 CDs. I sell 1,000 CDs or get 1,000 donations for 1,000 CDs within 5 years. So $20 each, 1,000 CDs, that's $20,000 right there. That would help me save $20,000. And that's pretty doable. Over the course of 5 years, if I'm going out and, for example, another bubble says perform at 60 paid gigs. Now that's going to be pretty hard in the position I'm in, but I've got some start on that. So over the course of 5 years, 60 paid gigs, that's like 2 paid gigs a month, which is doable. But basically, if I try to sell CDs at all these paid gigs, and then also on the 3 videos a week, many of those videos, once I get a car, are going to be me going and street performing. So I try to sell videos whenever I'm street performing and I'm making these, or I sell CDs when I'm street performing and I'm making these videos. I have a number. I have a number to work towards. That's 1,000 CDs. And if I hit that number, 1,000 CDs within 5 years, that will help me save the $20,000. It's not going to help me make the $10,000 to invest into my business. But if I'm selling these CDs and also working at a full-time job, I should be able to save $10,000 within 5 years, especially since I'm living at my parents' house and I'm privileged and I don't have to pay for rent and food and certain things. They're helping me out. So this is a huge opportunity for that. Okay. So another thing is build relationships with 5 local businesses. So like vegan businesses, music venues, anything that can align with my brand or my vision in this YouTube channel, my vision in my music, in my career. Basically, I plan on building relationships with 5 local businesses. Basically, either I'm playing gigs at their venue consistently, maybe once a week or once a month, but it's consistent, or I'm just consistently like doing deals with them. Maybe I'm being sponsored by a vegan restaurant and I'm walking around town handing out their products and making a video about it. But having this on here just reminds me, like on my days off and certain things, if I'm like, all right, I did all this other stuff, now what can I do extra? What can I spend this spare time on? And I'll spend it reaching out to businesses or driving into local businesses and just kind of pitching my value to them or offering them value for free. Maybe I'll be like, hey, I'll just buy $50 worth of product and then I'll walk around town and hand it out to people. And then I'll go back and be like, hey, I made this video. I just handed out a bunch of product to people and this video got 1,000 views. I did it to help out your business. If you ever want me to continue to do it, hit me up in the future, whatever. You know what I mean. Basically build relationships with businesses and give them value in some way. 5 of them in the next 5 years. So that's 1 business a year. Really. And you know, I don't have to be so exact with some of these numbers. I'm writing these numbers to help push myself because I know what I can accomplish. And I know once I get, let's say, 3 relationships within the next couple of years, I should continue to build relationships and not be content with staying on a lower level, which is why I wrote 5 local businesses. Because, you know, I think that's pretty reasonable. Within 5 years, I can build a strong relationship with at least 5 local businesses. And another thing I wrote was meditate every single day. So at first I was a little hesitant writing this because I'm thinking, I can't meditate every single day. I already know some days it's like, you know, I'm just not feeling it. But then I thought about it more. I'm like, I can meditate every single day. And all I got to do is put 1 or 2 minutes towards it. I'm not even talking about 20-minute meditation. I'm talking about maybe right before I go to bed, I just sit here and just take like 7 deep breaths. It's not hard. It's really just a thing of, you know, am I going to have the discipline right before I go to bed every single night before I go, all right, and fall asleep, just be like, wait, meditation. And doing it right before bed and just getting into a healthy state of mind and letting go of any stress or anxiety right before bed will help out a lot with, I mean, I know it helps me out because like it helps me get better sleep. It helps me go to sleep faster and it helps me wake up in a better mood. It's like it kind of just reprograms your brain to get rid of the stress, just start new, look at things fresh and just accept this is where I'm at. All right, it's the end of the day. Sitting here thinking about what I didn't do is not going to help. So I just ease into the breaths, just let go, and then go to sleep. And if I can do that every single day, I know it'll be incredible for my mental health. And it doesn't even have to be right before I go to bed. I mean, sometimes I'm excited enough during the day, or I'm just, you know, I got like a minute of spare time. I can just walk outside and meditate, especially if I'm stressed out or something, or if I'm stuck on working on something and I can't figure it out. Sometimes just taking a 5-minute break, stepping outside, taking a couple deep breaths, like a quick meditation, even a walk. A walk can count as a meditation. As long as I'm giving myself a little bit of that time, especially when I need it, especially if I'm getting overwhelmed and I'm working myself a little too hard, it's very helpful to meditate and just get myself in a healthy state of mind. So that's why I put that there, to remind myself in those moments. And I'm going to look up at this dream board and it's going to say meditate every day. And we'll be like, yeah, now would be a good time to do that. And then I'll come back and I'll feel refreshed. Okay, so let's see. Anything I didn't say yet? Oh, better mic, camera, and sound set up for street performing. Sound set up for street performing. Better mic and camera. So I put invest $10,000 into business here. But that's for like marketing, advertising, maybe working with other giant like YouTubers or something. But the $10,000 is not for better equipment, which is why I put a whole nother circle here saying get better mic, camera, and sound setup for whenever I'm playing out street performing or a gig. You know, I have a pretty good sound setup now, but it's just good to work towards something better. And I know I can improve a lot of things with the sound setup and with the mic and camera at times too. But what I got right now works, and it's not really as much of a priority. This is mostly like if I accomplish these other things, like especially if I've got $20,000 saved up, I've already invested $10,000. You know, I sold the CDs and I don't really have anything else to invest in other than getting better mics, cameras, and sound, then that's the next step to go to. But I'm not so worried about getting better equipment because I know actually growing is going to be getting better at the content I create and just getting better in general. But getting better equipment and a better sound setup is a good thing. It will help a little bit. Perform at 60 paid gigs. So I already said that. Host a fundraising event. So sometime in the next 5 years, I plan on hosting some event basically where I'm playing music, and maybe I have a bunch of vegan food too. I might work with some vegan restaurants around here, and I'll be playing music, and people can. It's gonna be a fundraiser. Basically, I'm gonna try to raise like $5,000 or $10,000 to put towards the music and the vision for ZmanTheVegan. So sometime in the next 5 years, I plan on having some big event, some party where I'll be playing music and possibly have an entire band behind me, or at least like the backing tracks and stuff. And it'll be fun. We'll have food and I'll play music. And I mean, I'm not really so worried about raising $5,000 or $10,000. I mainly, which is why I didn't even put a number here, an event to raise any money. All it says is host a fundraising event. All I'm going to focus on is trying to host a fun fundraising event, and anybody who enjoys the event can donate for the cause of my YouTube channel and music. And I mean, I haven't given it much thought than that, but I imagine I'll have maybe rewards for donations. Maybe it'll be like a discount for shows or merch or something. If you donate a certain amount of money, then you get a private video or a private song or something. I'll think about it, but it's going to be a fun event where I basically raise money while I'm performing music live, and people are eating food, and there's going to be vegan businesses, or maybe just one vegan business, or at worst, it'll just be me cooking burgers for everybody, vegan burgers. But it'll be fun. And I plan on doing that just because I know, I mean, it'll be good to do. And hosting an event like that, it's good. It's a good way to work with businesses to get the name out locally, and to maybe even raise, $5,000 or $10,000 to help me invest $10,000 into the business goal. So it doesn't hurt to try. And I'm gonna try my best to work my way up to this event for years, kind of hint at it and reach out to businesses and just get them ready for it, rather than just doing it all of a sudden like, hey guys, in 1 week I'm gonna have this event, without even reaching out to people beforehand, which has been my weakness, which is why I put this down, because it's like, I got it down here, I got 5 years to do it, and I'm gonna do it the best that I can and make this event awesome and fun. And I'm gonna give it more thought. Like maybe I'll invite some like other vegans there, like vegan stand-up comedians or other vegan artists. Like people can be like painting murals there live while we're playing music, or it could be an open mic too, like basically a vegan event, but it's a fundraiser to support my music and content. And maybe it doesn't even have to just be about me. Maybe it could be a fundraiser to support local vegan artists, so I can reach out to other vegan artists, and it's not just me that you're supporting, it's supporting all the local vegan artists. That'll probably be better. See, I'm still brainstorming it. I don't even have it figured out exactly, but got 5 years. So that's my dream board for the next 5 years, 2030. Now I'm gonna find a place to put it on the wall, and I hope you guys got something from this. I must say, I think these things work better if you actually draw out rather than in words, write it out, because then it's visual. Then you can look at it and actually visualize it. But honestly, I'm not much of an artist. It takes a lot more time to do that, and I don't want to invest my time into drawing something. I don't feel like it'd be really worth my time necessarily. I've done it before. It looks much better. It is a little bit more fun. I do kind of regret not drawing pretty pictures, but I'm going to sit here, read these words, but visualize it in my mind. I think it's important to visualize what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like, what it will smell like, It probably doesn't matter as much what it smells like, but y'all know what I mean. So that's my dream board. Do you have a dream board? What do you want to do in the next 5 years? Yeah, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching. For the animals! Woo!